keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
G'day guys, welcome back to Last Minute Living. Last week obviously we were camping, well for you guys we were camping. This is a couple weeks later now, but as promised I'm going to run you through my new setup now that I've got the drawers in there. We're going to show you what I've got where and just a little bit of how my camping setup has now changed. So we're going to run through that, and then also we're going to have a separate video doing a review on the drawers, but I thought we'll do the camping setup following the camping video, and then I'll probably take a heap of that stuff out and we'll just do one based on the drawers. And there also is one little thing that I want to add on, so I might do that in this video as well. So let's crack into it. Let's get the back open and we'll have a look what we got inside. Alright, so first things first, obviously we have the drawers where they were, where you would have last seen them. Obviously everything is in the back, but let's start off with the fridge. So this is a 40, I think roughly, or 37 litre angle, whatever they call it. I've just got that in there at the moment to air it out while it's not in use. Trusty stubby holder. This is actually my great granddad's angle. For those who don't know, he passed away about a month or so ago. So that's a little feature that I get to have in my car at all times. Like I mentioned also with the size of the drawers, so we don't have the wings, so I've got my new cooker there. I'll probably do a separate video on that too, because that's a handy bit of kit that I just bought before going camping. Next to it is my wheel table. There is a video on that one obviously. I like to keep that one pretty handy, so that's why it is where it is. Obviously the same angle battery box is what we're running there. Same sort of deal, that's ready to go. Everything's unplugged just for now. Obviously not running it all the time because I don't really need to. So a little adaptation I've had to make, these little plates I've added in to hold the fridge to the drawer. Just got them from Bunnings, screwed them in. Couple tie down straps. I think I cut them as well just to make sure that they weren't too long. There's one here, there's one on the back too. And if we go underneath my fridge, this is sort of where I'm keeping, I suppose, my cooking stuff. So we've got plates, bowls, oil, knives, forks, all that kind of good stuff. I currently have my solar in the back, some stubby holders, bits and pieces, not really a whole lot going in there, so that's a bit random, but I think I'm going to change that up, so we'll see how we go when I add that little extra addition. Obviously other side empty. Now that's going to change. I was going to go for a wolf pack combo. I was going to throw them in there, however I'm actually going to reuse some of the dune boxes. So I've got my dune box here, and that's actually going to be sitting right next to it. So that is what I'm planning to do. I'm thinking I might put my cooking stuff in there maybe, but we'll go into the second drawer and we'll have a look what we have inside. Now in this drawer I've got, I suppose, essentials is what I like to call it. So I've got my axe, just bought this recently too. Back end sort of gives it really nice sort of hammering in for pegs and stuff, especially at the beach, and then it's got a bit of weight to it for splitting some logs when we're out camping. This is, again, it's just all essential stuff really. Let me see if I can. So essential stuff, open her up. A couple of these lights I will put probably in that box that I'm going to put up there. We have some pegs in case we need to make a clothesline. Drill for screw-in pegs. My speaker charger, and cord for the lights, which is in this second section. These are my lights, just from June. I think you get 10 little light strips. I'll show you what they look like, roughly. Look like that. You plug them in, they all connect. It's pretty good. I've actually got some mounted in my awning that I just cable tied in. Mozzie coils, always need them handy, so that's why they're there. Cable ties, again, always handy. This is probably, I suppose, a curveball, but Shearways, they are from BCF, about $10 each. Put batteries in them, spin around, keep the flies off your food. Really handy to have, especially when there's lots of flies around. What else is in there? Oh, just a few other bits and pieces, like some little hooks and straps, and some of the original Last Minute Living stubby holders from back in the day. Also have some sunscreen for myself and some nail clippers, because you always forget to bring nail clippers. So that is that clear top bag. All these clear top bags came from Chaos 4x4. It doesn't look like they do them anymore, to be honest. So I was looking on their website the other day, and there is now no clear top bags. So that's a bit of a bummer. We have some rope that was bought from Bunnings and WD-40, just in case we need anything. There's some extension cords and power bricks, toilet paper. In the back here, I also have my tent pegs, the screw-in ones from Austrail. They come with the drill bit, so that's what's on the drill at the moment. And actually underneath, I'll see if I can get it out. Underneath all of this is a little extendable broom. So that's the pole. In the back there is the head. So that pole can come out. It's extendable. So that's a nice little space-saving tip. Get one of them. Keep that in there, because full-size brooms are always handy to have. So I definitely make sure I got that on hand, especially when you're doing your swag. You need to sweep it off rather than just use a dustpan. You can use a full-size broom. Super easy. Obviously, sometimes I take my blower as well, but that's not in the setup at the moment. So remember, I said obviously these drawers are not ute drawers. So the ute drawers are a bit longer. I think they're 1200. I think these are only about 950 around about. But there was sort of good reason for it, sort of not. So I didn't really plan them to be that long, but I made it work anyway. So here's the reason why. In the back here, I now have all this extra space. So I've got a couple little beach chairs. I just have them because they're always handy if people forget chairs. But it now gives me room to put my chair. That's the big moon chair, and that's my Darchy table. So that gives me room to now put that at the back for those bigger items. So rather than losing all that extra space at the back, it's allowed me to basically put all that bigger stuff at the back, the tables, the chairs, all that kind of stuff. I think there's a spare blanket over there. I will get my on-tap water jerry can fixed. The 12-volt socket on it broke, so I've got to fix that. But other than that, that's sort of covered. Obviously, you can see there's the on-tap just there, and a spare blanket, always handy to have. So that's all put in at the moment. Worked pretty well when I was camping, so I'm pretty happy with it. A few little other bits and pieces I'll just show you. I'm not sure how it'll go, but on the side here, I've just put down here with some Velcro, double-sided tape Velcro. That is the solar regulator for my blanket. I also have a charger for my drill if I ever do so need it. Obviously, if you've seen my Engel battery box review, you've seen that I've put little power block on there, so we've got some extra, so we've got some easy accessible power points. Obviously can only draw 300 watts on that, but that's a general idea of what I'm working with at the moment. If you look here too, just that second tie down point for the fridge just there, again Bunnings. So what I've got a couple more of those to put in, so we'll show you how I put them in. Not that it's that difficult, but I'll throw them in. I'm going to get the June box, throw it on there. I'm thinking of a few ideas, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But if I size it up, we'll have a look whether I can make it work or not. I'm thinking about putting the box in there, obviously, and trying to work out something to have my cooker on the side, maybe with some bungee cord or something like that. But I think I'm going to run out of room, so I'm going to get that in there now, and then we'll have a look at the whole thing set up, and then I'll probably be looking at taking all this out, and I'll do a separate video on the drawers themselves. So as you can see, I'm just sizing this up at the moment. I don't think I'm going to have room for what I want to do, but as you can see with this slide, this now makes it a hell of a lot easier. I can just slide that out, open this up, and then now I'm able to access whatever's in here. Now the reason I was going to do cooking stuff is because on a previous video I put this bungee cord all through here and had a lot of cooking stuff in there. So that's a possible idea. Not sure whether I'm going to commit to it or not. So if you want to drop down in the comments what you think I should actually use it for, or what you think it'd be handy for. It'll be, I'm thinking the cooking, but it could just be a little bit of anything just to free up one of the drawers, and I'm going to put something else in the drawers. So yeah, drop in the comments what you think I should do. But I'm going to go and get my little tie down points, and we're going to whack them on here, and then hopefully the setup will be near on what we want to have. So looking forward to getting that all ready, and hopefully we'll be on a camping trip soon. So we'll fill you in with that when that comes about. But we're going to go get the bits and pieces, and we'll do a bit of DIY while we're waiting. All right, so here's what we got. Little eyelets. These are a bit smaller than the ones that I put for the fridge. It's literally just what I had, so I could have just left it, got them another time, but I think they're going to do the job anyway. So pretty much I just put them on there, screw them in, happy days. Got a couple straps to feed through. Good thing about these, they actually have here an insert, so it'll go up through there and come out here, which allows you still open and close the box whilst being tied down, sort of similar to the fridge setup. So that's going to be really handy, and you don't need to use the handles. So yeah, it adds a little bit of extra accessibility, which is going to be super handy. Like I said, was going to do the Wolfpack. Pretty sure they have a similar setup, but this is one bigger, still dust proof, still waterproof, and I've already got it. So there's no point spending extra $50-$60 to get a different box, which is essentially going to do the same thing. But this is obviously a little bit bigger, a little bit more, I suppose, rugged, but the Wolfpack stuff's really, really good. So I've seen plenty of reviews on that. So depending what you want to do, obviously the Wolfpack, I probably would have got a few, stacked them up maybe, tied them down, whatever. But I think this is going to work perfect. So that's what I'm choosing to go with. Let's get these in and work out what we're going to put in here. This this one chokes it a little bit. The other one was probably a bit better, the bigger ring. That was a 6mm, these are 5mm that I'm putting on now. So they'll do the job, but might be something to keep in mind if you're going to use a similar strap about that thickness, which is pretty generic. The 6mm work a bit better, as you can see. That's a 6mm there, just sits a bit more flush. That 5mm, when that 5mm is going to be up like that, it's going to be, yeah, doing a bit of that, but hey, not really too phased. That's all tight. I have done the one at the back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's tucked in the back there. Anyway, it's going to allow me to open and access all those bits and pieces. I am going to trim, as you can see, these. I trimmed them off last time. That's why these ones are so good. I did go around that, being a round edge. This, however, being sort of made for it, I suppose. I'm not going to bother. It's going to get them nice and tight, and I'll cut them off to be the right size. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Obviously, again, I suppose a bit boring for some people, but some people probably enjoy it. I'm just showing my setup in the back here now with the drawers. Obviously, this is what it looks like now. We now have this new box. I think it fits in quite nice. Like I said, drop down in the comments what you think I should actually do with it. Obviously, yeah, we got the bungee cord up on top. Plenty of storage. I think they're about 50 litres, if I'm correct, and they lock up and whatnot. So, yeah, let us know. I'll be interested to hear people's different ideas. So if you've got them, feel free to drop them below. But if not, next week I will come at you with a review on the drawers themselves for the people that are interested. But until then, guys, catch you later. Have a good one, and hopefully we'll be out there soon. Obviously, winter, it's cold, it's rainy, it's really hard to get out, but we'll be doing some bits and pieces over the next few weeks, so stick around and we'll see you on the next episode. Catch you later, guys.